Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English near Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. Today I am happy to presenting you the story as usual. Binh Phuoc developing high-tech agriculture. Forum promotes startup spirit among women of Hưng Quảng districts. Vietnam's election to the United Nations Human Rights Council affirmed efforts in promoting human rights. Discovering Hoi An ancient town during flooding. Ladies and gentlemen, the Binh Phuoc Provincial People Committee has issued a decision on approving the developing high-tech agriculture and promoting organic agriculture during 2021-2025 with a vision to 2030 projects.
During the 2021 to 2025 period, 1,000 to 2,000 hectares of land will be zoned out for high-tech agriculture for organic and organic agriculture. Meanwhile, clean agricultural production will be applied on an area of around 17,000 hectares. The province will build a high-tech agricultural zone and develop 100 high-tech agricultural cooperatives. It will also strive to have at least one geographical indication certificate and 200 new brands, while developing 18 OCO, one commune, one product products, and granting 150 production unit codes and 25 pack house codes. This part of Binh Phuoc province's dogged determination to restructure its agricultural sector in accordance with the development of new-style rural areas. It will also help it branch out its agricultural value chain towards building high economic value.
The Women's Union in Hưng Quảng District, Binh Phuoc Province recently held a forum on promoting and supporting local women in carrying out startup initiatives.
Excellent startup projects were presented at the forum, including a coffee, rose, and succulent plant business model, a pure coffee business model, a husbandry model, and handmade knitting. The initiatives have inspired many local women to develop a startup of their own. Participants shared their own stories, with all showing great passion to start their own business. On the occasion, the District Women's Union debuted a 6-member editorial group, Women and Startups, which features the success stories of local women startups and promotes their products among consumers. With a view to helping startup initiatives, the union presented financial support of 30 million dong from the district's budget and helped a member develop her coffee, rose, and succulent plant business model.
The People's Committees of Bù Gia Mập District in Binh Phuoc Province has held a ceremony announcing that Daycare Camels becomes an advanced new-style rural area in 2021.
During the 2021 to 2025 period, 1,000 to 2,000 hectares of land will be zoned out for high-tech agriculture for organic and organic agriculture. Meanwhile, clean agricultural production will be applied on an area of around 17,000 hectares. The province will build a high-tech agricultural zone and develop 100 high-tech agricultural cooperatives. It will also strive to have at least one geographical indication certificate and 200 new brands, while developing 18 OCO, one commune, one product products, and granting 150 production unit codes and 25 pack house codes. This part of Binh Phuoc province's dogged determination to restructure its agricultural sector in accordance with the development of new-style rural areas. It will also help it branch out its agricultural value chain towards building high economic value.
Now take a look at the top story around the countries. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on October the 12th attended the plenary sessions of the second ASEAN Women's Leaders Summit held in person as well as via video conference under the chairmanship of Samdech Techo Hun Sen, Prime Minister of Cambodia.
Participants at the ASEAN Women Leaders Summit held that women entrepreneurs are a key driving force for sustainable and resilient socio-economic recovery and development towards building a common future and prosperity. ASEAN is the region with high economic potential and rapid development, mainly thanks to the active participation of women. Speaking at the conference, Vietnamese Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said the countries in the region are making efforts for socio-economic recovery and development. Vietnam recorded an economic growth of 8.83% in the first 9 months of this year, the highest since 2011, and women made marked contributions to the achievement. The government leader affirmed that Vietnam has considered gender equality and women's empowerment its priorities, aiming to promote women's business potential and urging them to contribute to an increasingly sustainable, inclusive, and resilient future of the region and the world.
The government will create more favorable conditions for businesses and business people in all economic sectors to gain fair access to development resources, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính affirms on October the 12th.
Addressing a meeting held in Hanoi by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry to mark the Vietnam Entrepreneur Days, October 13, the Prime Minister said the government will further support entrepreneurs and the business community. Solutions will be rolled out concertedly to facilitate people's and businesses' access to credit loans, while institutions, mechanisms, and policies will be built and perfected to match the new situation, he continued. The leader noted that the government will create conditions for the non-state economic sector to engage in social economic infrastructure projects in the form of public-private partnership and work to promote the development of private firms. Vietnam counts more than 900,000 operational enterprises, about 14,400 cooperatives, and more than 5 million business households. The number of enterprises is expected to be at least 2 million by 2030, and the private economic sector hopes to make up 60 to 65% of the GDP.
Vietnam's election to the United Nations Human Rights Council for the 2023-2025 tenure affirmed the recognition of Vietnam's position and its efforts in promoting and protecting human rights.
The election result shows that Vietnam's active participation in the UN Human Rights Council's activities and its strong commitment and efforts in promoting and protecting human rights have won the acknowledgement, trust, and appreciation of the international community. With its seat in the Council, Vietnam will have opportunities to contribute to promoting all human rights on the basis of impartiality, cooperation, and dialogue. Vietnam will have a stronger voice in key issues of the UN, as well as the international community, such as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, response to climate change, immigration, protection and promotion of the rights of women, children, people with disability, minorities, migrants, and especially humanitarian crises or armed conflicts in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, upstream floodings and downpour on October the 9th and the 10th submerged most Hoi An and Sintau's low-lying area. Many foreign tourists, however, found it quite exciting to explore the Sintau from a different perspective.
The Hoi River broke its bank and flooded nearby low-lying areas such as Cam Châu, Cam Thanh, An Hội, Cam Pho, and Ninh An wards. All tourists received timely support from local authorities if they wanted to move to better accommodation after the flooding. The flooding does not limit travel to or in Hoi An ancient town. It actually makes the World Heritage Site even more special, especially for those setting foot in the city for the first time. The floodwaters are now receding, embed slowly. Local authorities have outlined various measures to ensure safety for both local residents and tourists. Local people in Hoi An have become used to flooding and are prepared to respond. And the ancient town is still amazing during floods, giving tourists an interesting and unusual experience.
The French luxury cruise ship Le Lapérouse brought nearly 100 foreign tourists to the central province of Quảng Bình on October the 11th, making it the first international cruise ship to arrive in the localities.
The ship departed from Indonesia on September 20th and passed through Singapore before reaching Vietnam. Guests come from all around the world, including the US, France, Germany, Canada, Brazil, and Switzerland, among others. During its 39 days in Vietnam, the ship will stop at a number of coastal cities and provinces such as Khánh Hòa, Đà Nẵng, Quảng Bình, and Quảng Ninh. Quảng Bình has a coastline of more than 116 kilometers, and while its coastal resort tourism has developed over many years, it is still to tap the full potential of cruise tourism. The province is also home to some famous tourist attractions such as Phong Nha Cave and Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park. The arrival of this first cruise ship marks an important milestone in the continued diversification and perfection of Quảng Bình tourism products to fulfill the province's potential and put its competitive advantages to best use.
And that's all for today on Bình Phuoc radio, television stations, and newspaper news. Once again, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.